Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Loading. In this episode, I'm going to continue on with this Boolean true and false logic. So I just want to try all kind of experiment inside Sverchok to work with the Boolean. So this is actually quite simple. Just bunch of numbers, bunch of random numbers, and I spread it into this grid or plane. And then I'm using some kind of expressions, and it says whatever bigger than 5, just mark it with a red color or something. Yeah, this is the result. It's actually not that complicated. This can be done in many different ways, but this is one of the way to do it. So let's start. File save as Boolean logic. I'm gonna delete everything so we don't have anything in the scene and turn on Sverchok. Let's create a Sverchok node tree. Go to the top view and start view. Start with a plane, and let's have like a viewer draw. Let's make some grid. Actually, it's more like have some points. Just draw some points, maybe like 10 by 10. So we have 100 points here, and we also want to generate 100 random numbers. Random number, and this is for these numbers I'm gonna make 100 number, so it's random number between 0 and 1000, for example. We make like a lot of number, and if we look at it really quickly with stethoscope, we can see random numbers being generated. So let's say, so we want to spread the numbers into these points. A quick way to display it is to use this typography viewer. So we can use the 100 points plug into the matrix, and the text, which is this number represented as text, goes into this guy, and we can spread it a little bit. So we have our numbers and 100 points spread into 100 points, and we kind of want to visualize these numbers, and let's try to like let's get some kind of range. For example, we can say get the numbers that's smaller than 500 and give it a color or something that that can work. So let me hide this for now. So anyway, we can see that's happening already. We could actually give the text color, if I'm not wrong, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use like a sphere or box to kind of find a number that's actually within our criteria. So we're gonna use some kind of logic expression, and then with the result of true and false, we're gonna display like an indicator or something. Expression is called formula node in Sverchok. There is also a logic functions here. We can use either one. Maybe I'll try this logic function for now. If it's bigger than 500, for example, find a number that's bigger than 500 within this grid. So this is the number, goes into X. So the X being compared, and whatever number that's bigger than 500 will get a true. Yeah, that's pretty much it actually. And let's use list masking, and our data should be these points, and our mask should be this guy, the logic, and then the true and false. And list level, I don't know yet. Sometimes I need to change this to 2, but anyway, let's display it, get the result. hide this grid, and there you go. I need to use list level list 2. That's the number, that's the points representing all the numbers that's larger than 500. Let's check it out real quick. So whatever get the dots is actually larger than 500. See, that's correct. Let's make it everything. That makes everything so much easier. Let's see what else we can do. We can use these points with like a box, for example. So whenever the box being displayed, that's actually where you can see the number that's larger than 500. In the opposite side, you can also have like a different. So for the data that's false, get like a red color, giving it a red color. So we get this kind of visualizations, which is really nice. We can randomize the seed of the number, and so we're gonna get a different value, and everything's updated in real time. So that's pretty much it with the boolean true and false and the logic. It's probably, I won't be explaining those. Maybe you can find another YouTube channel that talk about logic, like in programming, like true and true give you true, and then true and false give you false, for example, and true or false give you like true. That's like that needs its own video to explain the whole thing. Let's say for this criteria, I will try to kind of combine a few things. This and this logic actually give you this kind of comparison, and also like some kind of logic like true or false and combination of both, which is kind of interesting, I think. Let's check our number, for example, and oops, just now Blender crashes. That's okay. I'm gonna restart Blender real quick. Okay, Blender crashes. Let's wait a few seconds. Back to it. We can actually, let's see, if we're using the stethoscope and find one of the numbers, let's say 511. If you look at this and try to find 511, maybe you can scan it, but the faster way is just ask Blender to find it, like 511, for example, and then find the value exactly, and then let it update it, and that's the value there, 511. That's how you find the number. If the number equal, double, equal means like a matching comparison. If the number that's coming from this guy equal 511, just mark it. Imagine having like a million of numbers and you try to find that numbers. It's a lot easier if you are doing it with some kind of programming logic, because the nodes setup itself is really just like a visual programming. This is one of the such case. Let's try to make like some kind of criteria. If our number should be between some kind of boundary, maybe between 300 and 600, for example. So that means x should be larger than 300 and x should be smaller than 600. Let's try that. So X should be larger than 300 and X should be smaller than 600. So that's our criteria, and we're gonna use logic. Let's plug in the X, get rid of grease pencil. So this is X is of course the number, all these numbers coming from the list, and then we're gonna use another logic, which is the AND, combine the two, and for the result we plug in the mask and update it in Sverchok. Let's hopefully this works. There you go. View top. If it's between 300 and 600, give it a blue color. That's let's make this smaller or something, or just the edges. So that's definitely between 300 and 600. That's between 300 and 600. And this guy also, it becomes so much easier. Let's say you even want to make the range even smaller. And this doesn't actually update. Oh, actually, it does update in real time. So let's make some kind of boundary. Find the value that's between this minimum and maximum. It's gonna get smaller and smaller until we find some numbers. We can actually see the actual numbers itself, if I'm not wrong. The data stethoscope. Oh, what is the data? I think it's the indices value. So indices that's true is giving you, okay, 4, 10, 25, 29. That's actually the indices, okay? That's the indices of this number that's coming in from this guy. So if we want to find the actual data, we need to use list masking, I believe. So all the data coming in, and you want to mask using the index. So if the value kind of matching, how we need to do some kind of comparison. Equal. If the indices of the true matching the indices value, let's make like a range integer between 1 and 100. If this guy is matching, mask this guy and then get the data. 4, 5, 6, no. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't do this correctly. That's the indices, and then this is the range of value, and then it's doing the comparison. Maybe that's not how we do it. But anyway, we know, we can see the index 4, 10, 25, 29. The value itself is this guy. We can even make this boundary a little bit smaller until we find. That's interesting. There's a lot of value is actually between 446 and 455. There you go. 457, 456, and 456. We have a repeat. That's very, very interesting. We can randomize, and then we get a different result each time. So this is just a case of 100 points spread across 100 It's actually 100 points, 100 random points spread across 100 points, 100 random numbers spread across 100 points, and then we try to find the numbers using certain criteria. Imagine if we increase the number. Let's see, if we use like math, integer here, integer there, and multiply the number. So that's the integer. The result goes into the size of this guy. So imagine if we have like 100 times 100 times 10, and we have like a lot more numbers now, 1,000 numbers spread across, and then we need to find numbers like to match certain criteria, and this setup make it a lot easier. Seems to be this guy is complaining why you don't have 1,000. That's the point. Somehow we don't get this red color. Because of this guy is complaining about something. Let's check it out. Index out of range. Integer low and height is correct. We should have 1,000 points and 1,000 numbers. It says 10,000. 10,000. 10 times 100. It's actually 1,000. Oh, actually I multiplied the wrong thing. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So that multiplier, and now we have the right amount of data. So whatever is blue, that's the number that suits our criteria, and this can be a lot more complex than what it is at the moment. At the moment it's really simple. Just find the numbers between this minimum and maximum value, and if it's true, just make a blue color box. If it's false, make a red color box. So yeah, and this is the index of the numbers that's actually true. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's an interesting, fun exercise, I guess. It's touching a little bit of programming logic, even though it's super simple. I try to visualize it using nodes. It's not always this easy, but I try to make it simple so we can all understand. So I'm randomizing the numbers, and whatever, yeah, it will like update and recalculate everything and find the number based on this logic. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this live noding. Let me know if you have any question or suggestion, any kind of feedback. Let me know, and thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.